All right, here we are, getting started in our In Focus section. And today we are focusing in, enfocando, we're focusing in on comparatives and superlatives. We're going to do this through some translation. Are you ready? Are you ready for a little translation challenge? I hope so, because we've got plenty of examples for you. So I'm going to read the sentence, I'm going to say the sentence in Spanish, and I need you to say the equivalent in English. Of course, en voz alta, out loud. All right, so let's get started. Soy más alto que tú. I'm taller than you. Now you could also say, I'm taller than you are. I'm taller than you are, or I'm taller than you. So this is a comparative structure, taller. Notice I don't say, I am the taller. No, I am taller, without the article. Really important, and that is a common mistake. Also, this is a short adjective. Tall, taller. Tall, taller. We don't say more taller. We say taller. With a long adjective, like for example, interesting. This is an interesting show. And it's even more interesting than other shows on TV, right? It's more interesting. So when we have a long adjective like interesting with 3 or more syllables, we add the word more to our comparative structure. Okay? No eres tan alto como yo. You aren't as tall as I am. También se puede decir, you aren't as tall as me. You aren't. Y fíjate la pronunciación aquí. You aren't. No se dice aren't, sino aren't. You aren't as tall as me. I'm taller than you. You aren't as tall as me. Now this next one is true. This is a fact, ladies and gentlemen. Hay más camellos en Siria que aquí. There are more camels, this is true, there are more camels in Syria than here. Right? There are more, there are. So camels are countable. So we're going to say there are more camels in Syria than here. This is our typical than. More, something, than. There are more. There are. It's countable. Okay? There is more water. There is more rain. There is more ice for something uncountable. Or there are more for something countable. There are more camels in Syria than here. No hay tantos camellos aquí como en Syria. So here we have the negative structure. There aren't as many. No hay tantos, tantos, tantas. We say as. We use the as structure. Tanto como, tantos como. Okay? There aren't as many camels here as in Syria. Okay? Esto es mejor. This is easy, right? Esto es mejor. This is better. Esto es mejor. This is better. Esto es mucho mejor. This is much better. So, mucho, we say much, and we're modifying our adjective. This is much better. This is much better. También se puede decir, this is a lot better. And a lot is a very useful structure that I recommend because we can use a lot with both countables and uncountables. Countable nouns and uncountable nouns. This is better. This is a lot better. Aquello no es tan bueno como esto. aquello de ahí. That isn't as good as this. That isn't as good as this. ¿Por qué fumas tanto? ¿Por qué fumas tanto? Why do you smoke so much? Why do you smoke so much? Good question. Fumas tanto. Because smoking, here we have, why do you smoke? It's uncountable. Why do you smoke so much? Porque fumas tanto como él. Why do you smoke? Why do you smoke as much as him? Why do you smoke as much as him? So, why do you smoke so much? Tanto, so much. Tanto como, as much as. Why do you smoke as much as him? You could also say, why do you smoke as much as he does? Remember, if we're going to use the verb, if we're going to repeat the verb, ¿por qué fumas tanto como él? And we want to repeat the verb, we will repeat the auxiliary verb, as he does. We don't normally say, why do you smoke as much as he smokes? It's more common to say, why do you smoke as much as he does? Or why do you smoke as much as him? Okay? And we have to remember, with the M of the word him, you have to close your lips, right? Him, him. You can't say hin. Hin? No. Him. Why do you smoke as much as him? Okay. ¿Por qué fumas tantos cigarros como él? Why do you smoke as many cigarettes as he does? So notice with the countable, here we have cigarettes. We have countable 1, 2, 3, as many cigarettes. Why do you smoke as much as he does? Why do you smoke as many cigarettes as he does? Okay, one more. We're going to do one more sentence and then we're going to move on. Tengo más tiempo que tú. I have more time than you. Más tiempo que tú. I have more time than. So notice we're making a comparison. Than. More time than you. Okay, so this concludes our In Focus section, and it's time to move on, everybody. So let's take a step into